Welcome back to another episode of the free VST Plugins Detective, where I review, test out, and demonstrate various free VSTs. This is the QRange, and this is a great EQ plugin. And when it comes to most DAWs, whether it's Ableton or just my main DAW or FL Studio, whatever, most of them do contain their own EQ section, right? It's kind of like a stock built-in plugin to that DAW. But if you're using, like, say, a different DAW, or like, say, if you're just not a fan of those EQs, this is a great option. So I have my track right now called B-Boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it, and you can kind of see right away. There's a great visualizer here, and you basically have 12 different bands. We have pre and post. We have routing, so if I want to do mid-side EQing, obviously different presets. And then bypass, obviously, makes it a lot easier. Okay, so I'm just testing out some mixing. So I'm going to maybe go to a little bit, so let's go here. All right. So this is how it looks now, while this is playing. I'm going to put 1, so as you can do, I can do this, and all the numbers appear, right? So you have the different bands, and you have the hertz right here. So I'm going to do, what's cool is, first off, I can do that. And you notice that it automatically adjusts, right? So I love the GUI right off the bat, because, alright, a little loud. So I'm going to pause this real quick. So if you notice, first off, I love the fact that you're able to move this around. I've seen some EQs that it will show you this, but you kind of have to only adjust by that, right? So keep in mind, I can adjust the Q right here. I can obviously adjust what hertz I'm at. And then I have different types of filters. Now, for this one, it only has peak, low shelf, high shelf, low cut, and high cut, right? So there are obviously other different type of filters out there. But being honest, for free EQ, these are the ones that I use anyway. I feel like typically, you're either just using a peak or like a bell, depending on which word you want to use. If you want to do a notch, I guess you could always just do that, I guess. But, so we have low shelf, so to show you. So let's, I'm just going to play this again. All right. All right. High shelf. Sorry about that. Pretty sharp. And then low cut, which you feel like is pretty, typical. And then in addition, for like the low cut, I can have 12, 24, 48, so I can adjust the curvature of that. Right? Pretty cool. And then I'm going to go to high cut. Pretty much same thing. Right, and then I can do post, right? So this, which is kind of cool, is I'm able to see, I'm going to maybe take this off. So let's say I have the pre is basically what the actual sound signal is, right? The EQ. The post is after you EQ it, what does the EQ spectrum look like? So for example, let's say I'm gonna cop the high end, right? So I'm gonna go to high cut, turn this one on. So let's say I want it to be like that, right? I can go to post. If you notice, this is now the new kind of EQ spectrum, going back and forth, right? Then I can also do other stuff. So let's say I want to do, I'm just going to add in a bunch of random ones. Let's do low cut. All right. I can sort bands as well. I mean, I can kind of mix this all up as much as I want. But it is really amazing. Turn these off. It is pretty amazing what you can do with this. You know what I mean? Just so cool. And obviously stereo, I can do a lot from mid. So like say, and this is very, very typical, and obviously I said this before for this channel, I like to make this obviously a mini music production school online. So example is usually try to, do mid-side on your bass. So typically, I'm going to go to side. If like say I want to do the bass, and I already kind of did this because the song's obviously mastered, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a low cut. And typically you do something like that. So that way I'm able to do mid-side now. So like say I'm like, all right, so like say I want to then boost the mid. This is typical mastering. I might do this. And then a third one, and then make number 3 a peak. And then 3. See, this one's gonna be side actually. So sometimes people would do this, something like that, when mastering, right? So this is an amazing plug. I'm gonna give this one the full rating. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 5 because I think that for EQing, a lot of the free VSTs I've seen, especially for EQing, you don't have this kind of the EQ spectrum graph in real time, right? In addition, like I said too, most of you can't do this, right? I can't click and drag around. I can do this and see how it looks, but it's not that interactive EQ, you know? So this one's an amazing one. The only thing I will say is sometimes there's a slight bit of latency. That Josh me John's like if I click here, like it is sometimes as a maybe a very, very slight bit of latency, but it's so minimal that if you're EQing, it doesn't really matter. You know? But I'm telling you, for free EQ, you cannot go wrong with QRange.